Man, where to start with this monstrous behemoth of a book? Well, I guess I could tell you all the pertinent information. This is Essential Thor Volume 4, published by Marvel in 2009 and collecting Thor number 167 to 195 from 1969 to 1972. With writing by Stan the Man Lee and Jerry Conway, and pencils by the likes of Jack Kirby and John Buscema, Essential Thor Volume 4 is in Marvel's Essential line of books, collecting all of the issues of classic series in black and white. As you can tell, 19 issues really add up, and this is quite the giant book. But is it really worth it to read all of it? Well, like most things, it's subjective and really dependent on your tastes. This volume of Essential Thor sees some changes from previous volumes in the form of fundamental storytelling. Whereas a lot of those earlier 60s issues were episodic affairs, these issues really carry over into the next, and there are actually full-blown story arcs. Crazy, right? These issues see quite a change in the setting of focus, as earlier issues would document Thor's adventures on Earth, with a spotlight sometimes being shown on Asgard, Thor's home. However, this volume, as I said, sees quite a change in that dynamic. Most of Thor's issues take place in Asgard, and mostly in near the end of the world capacities. That's actually one of the faults present in this book. It gets really repetitive with that end of the world stuff. Perhaps at the time with the issues being released monthly, that repetitiveness wasn't as prominent, but seriously? How many times is Asgard going to get attacked and nearly destroyed? Well, I can at least tell you 3 distinct times, at least just within this book, and that's only by Loki. That doesn't include the fire demon Surtur, or the death goddess Hela, or the monstrous Mangog. Yeah, it gets pretty hectic. As much as the setting focus has changed, so has the character focus. Thor's love interest has changed, and you see a lot more of Odin, Balder, and the awesome Warriors 3. That is Fandral, Hogun, and Volstagg. The Asgardian focus isn't purely seen on Asgard, though. Many times the gods themselves will come down to Earth to battle amongst themselves, which is pretty cool. There's some pretty cool guest appearances from other characters within the Marvel Universe, such as the Silver Surfer, Mephisto, Galactus, the Abomination, and Doctor Doom. If there's one great thing to be said about the book, it's the great variety in designs of characters. What hinders these designs, though, is the art. Don't get me wrong, I always appreciate classic comic art, but after looking at it a lot throughout the course of the book, and in black and white, it gets pretty tiresome. That doesn't mean that the art at times doesn't look okay, and there's definite improvement from the previous Essential volumes that I've read. Overall, Essential Thor Volume 4 is really for specific audiences. Those that really love classic comics and don't mind the black and white art, and hardcore Thor fans. While I will always appreciate the talents of the likes of Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, this book really wasn't for me, but I did get some enjoyment out of it, mostly from those guest appearances and some of the emotion coming from one of the many End of Asgard scenarios. As I said, you might want to check this one out if you're a big Thor fan looking to get into the full scope of his existence, or if you're looking for a lot of medieval speech. Doth what you will, but will only partake in this book if thigh like this kind of speech, ere thigh get really tired of it.